to save men right now, throwing my lifeline, technology. Is you when your dad or your uncle and your grandfather could do those things because they had to. It wasn't no AAA. It wasn't no AutoZone 24 hours on every corner. It wasn't no.
But this the thing though. Tell your girl. Make sure your girl got it. It just be the. It just be the who's gonna play the manly role in the relationship. If we sleeping together, babe, you got AAA, you straight. How you got automatic start on your car? You know what I'm saying? You got your. I give tips to women. Make sure you in the wintertime your gas can is above 3/4 or always on 4 or whatever. Well, in case you ain't got no man.
Well, I'll speak for myself in that. I'll throw myself in that. I am not around her 24/7. But what I did do was I gave her my mechanic. Vinny.
Yeah.
So I made sure that when she does have a car problem, she called Vinny and Vinny will come to her. She said, yo, some. I'm like, well, I don't know what that sounds like. You know, it could be something serious. I'm telling Vinny you about to call him, and Vinny does what? He pop up.
Yeah.
He pop up. So I agree with you on that. But a lot of dudes are not fortunate enough to have had dads to take them to build something, to take them to fix something, or around them where they could change a tire. So now they're 22 years old, right? And now it's like they got a whole girlfriend with a car. They don't know what to do because they wouldn't know what to do with their own car. So it's the technology that kind of mess up a guy. And he will feel even cool with saying, you ain't got AAA? And you looking like, dude, come over here and lift the car up and put the tire on right now. And he like, because that's what society is. It's like, you ain't got AAA? Why you want me to get dirty? But you're thinking like, yo, be Sir Lancelot and save me.
Yeah, even if you're the one that calls AAA. But I got AAA now, and I got Vinny and da-da-da-da-da. But you still want the man to take the lead and be the protective person.
As he should.
And that's another thing with dating, too. When you dating a man, you always want to feel protected. Like, man, I be calling this one, be like, shoot him in the face! Because he pissing me off. And he'll be like, well, is it worth it? Is it worth me going to jail? And I'll be like, okay, not this time. Yeah. But still, we always want to feel protected. And we always want to feel that we got an army behind us, women. If you don't ever feel protected, and that's how I was in my last relationship with dude. He never made me feel protected at all. Like, I was the hard one. Like, for real. And he asked, like, why was you even in that for so long? And I was just like, only thing I can contribute to was I was going through something internally that I didn't know, that I needed to go through that mess to get through and become a stronger person. That's the only thing I could think of, because I don't even know why I put up with that shit for 5 years. I still don't even know why. It was anybody. Raphael, my oldest daughter's father. He fucked with everybody. My bosses, people that work with me, my best friends. He fucked with every man in my life.
So you saying he had that wop?
No, I'm not. What?
If
he was a girl.
No, I'm saying he was I don't want to curse on her. Digmatized.
I'm not saying, I don't know what it was. I just think it was something emotionally, internally going on.
Wow.
No, because I don't even think that's what it was. You know how you live together and you got your kids and you be like, man, I don't even feel like making this move right now. Like, you just be prepping it in your mind. You get complacent. You be like, that's just how a motherfucker is. Breaking into your phone. How many men break into people? I don't even look at nobody's phone.
Have you ever looked at your phone?
No. Have I ever looked at your phone? No. Now, I did have some bitch call me from your phone once before when Zion was a baby. And he would never admit.
That's not true.
Oh my God.
Where was I?
And you was missing for like 2 years. He would not return none of my calls after that. True. It's so true.
That never happened.
Oh my God.
Who was she?
I don't know, but you would not return my call.
How'd she know to call you?
I don't know. She called from your phone.
How did she know to grab my phone and call you?
You was drunk. She put that WAP on you. You was asleep.
That
She called my phone. So I ain't had to been about 2 or 3 years old.
And said what?
What you calling his phone for? I said, because we need Pampers. I said, what the fuck is that? I said, ooh, when he find out you called me, he gonna whoop your ass. That's exactly what I said.
That didn't happen.
I promise you it did. And you did not contact me for like 2 weeks. Because you knew I was ready.
That didn't happen. Who would grab my phone?
Hey, young world.
Nobody would grab my phone.
Somebody grabbed your phone. You were asleep. You had to have.
But I don't live that lifestyle where a female would feel that she would have to check up on me like that.
So you've never had a girlfriend?
No.
The world? Now you how these heifers mad?
I mean, yeah, I've dated.
Okay, fix it.
Yeah, I've dated.
Girls be coming up to me. Oh my God, I know who your baby daddy is.
I'm a private person. So, what my life entails is for me.
Let him tell it. He ain't been with another woman since me. Let him tell it.
Privacy is privacy. I like, for instance, no, for real. I will. I'm not gonna duck the question. For instance, when I would see like rappers I admire, like Joel Santana, Jim Jones, when I found out they were doing reality shows, I was like, no way. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Jim Jones not finna go in there and tell his business, no matter what he doing. And he was, or
but
whoever.
Did he really sell his business?
I don't know. I didn't watch it
because
I don't watch reality TV. Okay. But I'm one of them guys. I'm like, I'm not finna tell my business for who, so people can take it and twist it and run with it and have some. They think they have some over me.
But so then that's the thing too, because
that's corny.
If people feel like people can't really pinpoint me. They be trying to figure me out, and it's funny with this one right here. Thinks I am the best. Don't you think I'm the best baby mother ever? He thinks I does no wrong. I'm a prove.
I wish you would have stopped eating meat.
I was a vegetarian before you were.
But you need to stay it.
But have you guys ever had a baby father that feel like you don't do no wrong, who thinks highly of you? He thinks highly. They're so fucking rare. Like, because I sit up here and listen to my family, friends who dog out their fucking baby mothers or their baby fathers. And it's like, this one right here, I'll be like, oh my God, you think so highly of me. Not that I'm doing nothing. I'm not out here in the street. Because he'll hear about it.
She does.
She's
very artsy. She's very driven. She has nothing but determination at any age. She ain't slowed down yet. She might as well be 18. She's got a podcast now. You know, her clothing line. She gonna go to work. She gonna babysit and sell weed in the same house. She about to start making plates.
No, I'm about to go to barber college.
And about to go to barber school and be dead ass. But yeah, she the bomb. She the bomb. I'm very lucky. You know. But before we get off topic, I just like to stay private. And I don't know who would call from my phone. I don't know who it was to this day. I would gladly say it now, 20 years later. I will say it now. I have no clue who would do that or felt they had the right to. If it did happen, there was some chick who was probably so wrapped up into me, right? And I'm always honest and say what it is. If it's a relationship, I'm gonna say it. If it's we playing around, rolling in the hay, this is what we're doing. I don't play no games. I'm gonna tell you whatever page we're on. And if you ain't on that page, I'll leave it on. You could look like Alicia Keys or Erykah Badu. If you gotta dance to my song.
Or the love of your life. What was the name of your love? What was her name?
Who? Love of my life?
Who were you with when I first met you? You were so devastated when I first met you. That white girl.
The white girl?
What was her name? Man, when I first went out with him, he talked about this girl the whole time.
The white girl I was
and
dating?
I bought her Tiffany.
The white girl I was dating?
Yes, y'all broke up. That's when I first met him. He talked about this girl the whole day. I was like, oh my God, you still in love, shorty?
I was just probably giving, we was dating, and I was telling you,
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Oh, my God. That was,
But that's who you
No,
had
see-
just broke up with
see-
her when I met you.
see, let me tell the people something. Because now it's about us, and it's not about us. Let me
It's not
clear
about
something
us.
up.
We good.
Right, let me clear something up. I wasn't talking about Lindsay. When you sit down on a date and across the table from someone, they ask you, they want to know your track record, they want to see receipts, they want to know if you're in a relationship. So I spoke about my last serious experience. And it
But it
happened to
didn't
be,
end that day. You continuously spoke about her. You was always
that's
talking
called
about what I
conversation.
bought. Okay.
Because I was probably financially invested and I wasn't getting anything on my return. And so,
But do you always have to though?
no, I learned that now, 20 years later.
Right.
But if I did
You
speak
told me
about,
it's always going to be someone that loves more or do more than the other person in a relationship.
facts. I remember Lindsay. If you really want to know what happened, I remember now. I remember something. This I remember, and I'll tell you why I brought it up. Because I wasn't jaded or jealous. People feel disrespected.
Okay.
And what it was one day I wanted to see Star Wars. They had brought Star Wars back out. And
He's
so I
such
was
a big ass kid.
I'm like, yo, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. And I was messing with her. And she was like, I don't want to see no Star Wars. I don't want to see no Star Wars. Blah, blah, blah. So boom. So one day we on the phone, we talking. I'm supposed to see each other later that evening. And she like, yo, I got to cancel. I said, why? Her friend, I'm going to say her name. Her best friend was named Mecca.
Mm-hmm.
She like, Mecca, she was the bartender at Bondage Bar.
Okay.
She was like, and before that, it was Dragon Room. We were at Dragon
Yeah.
Room before Biology Bar. So she was the bartender. That's how I met her.
Okay.
She was the bartender. And she was like, I got to cancel tonight. And I was like, why? She was like, yo, me and Mecca going to see Star Wars. Now, right then, it's the only reason I brought this up. There was some bullshit in the game. So I'm not jealous. I don't care. Do you? That's yours. Whatever you do with that is your business. I can't control you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't control that. I can't command you or demand you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but don't play me now. Now you about to get the West Side come out. Now you about to play with you about to poke the mountain lion. See, the mountain lion cool. You can do whatever. But when you poke him,
Then it's a problem.
it's a problem. Don't play me. Don't play me. And I did. It was her birthday or something I did.
And that bothered you.
It bothered me because I don't do that. I don't do that. And I went out of my way and did something. And
La
then,
Perla, Tiffany.
and
He's a label whore.
And I have not done it since. Because
Man.
of that. But because you put yourself out there, and so she didn't go see Star Wars that night.
She went on a good date.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put myself on that. Nobody know this. This is what happened. That
You
day.
went and creeped up on her.
I went to her house.
Yeah, you
And I
lost
went
your
to her
mind.
house. I went to her house to get my stuff because I knew she was lying. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm being vulnerable right now. Anybody that's listening to this, I don't know if you're gonna edit this out. But if you do,
Only
if you
want
don't,
me to.
if you don't, I was going to give my stuff back, right? Because I kept the receipts.
All of it.
So let me show you how God worked. When I got there, she was in her hallway kissing the dude. She was kissing the dude. And Lindsay, you know I'm right if you see this. She was kissing the dude. She was kissing the dude. And I didn't even wild out. I was like, yo. And she just, and that was it.
Started taking her jewels off.
Man, running. Running. And so
Daddy.
I'm human. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've been in one of these situations yourself, or the victim of one of these situations, or the perpetrator of the situation. So I'm human, man. It happens. People get played. And I've always dated such beautiful women that have a hard time saying no to dudes. Like every chick I've ever dated has been
Have a hard
super
time.
fine. Super fine. So what happens is the dudes that come at them be ball players. Okay? And I can name those guys, but I won't. But have been ball players, have been the ballers, have been dudes with canary yellow Porsches. So it's hard to say no. And we were young. Mind you, This was 20 years ago. Yo, I'm 44 years old. This was 20 years ago. So I that's just called just getting your gray hairs, your wisdom. You gotta go through that. You gotta go through that. So I'm not ashamed. It happened.
Okay. Okay. So these internet marriages that go on.
I'm not too
Because whenever he's doing a wedding, if there's somebody there, he'll FaceTime me like, look at this shit. And then be talking on the back end like it ain't even what it is. People out here faking these marriages. Nobody is happy. They're just doing it for the gram. Why you say they're doing it for the gram?
Boy, I can ruin a lot of marriages right now.
You think everybody has a side?
I won't though.
You think everyone has a side?
What you mean?
Like married men all have a side woman or something?
I just think that's the style.
Oh, that's what it is?
I just think that's the style.
Do you think the women go into it knowing he gonna do what he do as long as I got the wifey title?
Yeah, that's so bad.
But is the wifey title the best title nowadays?
No, it's nothing. Because it's nothing to have a title if it's not real.
If it's not real.
If it's not real. You ain't wifey if he cheated.
Can a man love two women?
Yes. A man can.
He can love as many women as he can love.
He can love. And that's what the whole confusion of the earth is. Women don't understand that.
Why do men cheat? Because they can. They have someone to cheat with? Because
women allow it. And that's a quote from Steve Harvey. I hate to sound cliche. If every woman stood, and then now I'm talking to the 5% of the queens, because this is where y'all make y'all queens. Watch this. A dude, fine as hell, in shape, great job,
about his money.
Got a office with his name on the door.
Don't even need no office. He got his own business.
He got his own business. When you call him, he got a secretary. Answer the phone. You want to speak to Mr. Johnson? Hold on, please. Call line 1, Mr. Johnson. Wear a suit to work every day and go jogging.
Or Nike jogging suits all day long.
Right? Now, say this dude, right? This for the 5% women. He fine. He got everything you ever wanted. He looked like your childhood crush. Right?
Fine, baby.
He could pay for everything.
Everything.
Okay?
Riding slick.
Got
2,
every
3
car.
cars.
Yeah, you got the fast car, the SUV, and the classic car. And the motorcycle. So he steps to you, tells you he wants to date you, tells you you find it in whatever. You find it in a new cloud in the sky. Right? And he wants to wine and dine you. He wants to go on a few secret rendezvous, all of that. But he married. 5% of women right now, the 5% of y'all. I don't care. He married is hell no. I ain't going. And he, boom, boom, boom. Now, the 5% women that's hearing me right now, hearing my voice, you got a friend who going. You got a girlfriend, a cousin, a sister, your aunt, your mama, your neighbor, your whatever, your sorority sister.
What if they in love? What if they fall in love?
It shouldn't get to that point.
But what if it happens before listen. What if it happens before he even gets married? They're in love and they get married. He like, you know what? I'm talking about getting married, and she be like, all right, do that. No. And he be like, ain't shit gonna change.
Okay.
That's an arrangement.
That's a game. And listen to people out there.
Okay.
That's a game.
Baby.
And what happens in a game?
Two
things happen in the game. They all end, and somebody lose. Don't step on the field and play the game. Be the 5%.
I'm not ready to lose.
Be the 5% of the queens that say no, thank you, but no, thank you. He cheats, and this goes back to the initial question. Men cheat because someone is going to allow him to be married and to be a side. They're going to allow it. And so since she allows it, boom, he's going to keep cheating. And when he's done with her, he's going to throw her away. And he's going to go to her. She's going to allow it. Boom, boom, boom. All while he got a whole wife and family at home. This is what's causing the destruction of this generation. Enough women need to stand on saying
Move
no.
around.
If women realize the power that they have, men only get haircuts because they want to look good for a woman. They only drive nice cars because
I don't know. I'm
pick
starting to
chicks.
think they do it for the men.
But that's
The
another
way
topic.
these arguments.
That's another topic.
Oh,
That's
okay.
another topic.
Because you know I was about to go there.
I love cars. I don't do it for women, but some of the guys do get these cars just for chicks.
You ain't never got none of your cars because
None, zero. Ask any woman I've dated. Did I get you with a car?
I've never seen you date anyone. You really keep that to yourself.
My private life is private, and I mean
like never.
I'm gonna be 45 years old, and my private life is my private life. I don't do the corny.
I just have women running up to me talking about who my baby daddy is.
Anyway, so what I'm getting at is men cheat because it's certain women that allow it. Women got to start, all of y'all, now women that's 100% whole, I'm talking to all of y'all. Stop allowing men to do things. Don't date a man who has, even a girlfriend, forget a wife, even a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
If he don't give you all his effort, time, and attention,
Mm-hmm.
those three things, the effort,
time and attention.
Woo! If he don't give you those three things,
you're preaching.
no, it's just
You supposed to all out before you got here.
every day.
Every day.
But if those three things are not 100 on all, not 99, 100, attention,
100%.
time,
And
effort, not love, because love is a feeling. And love ain't what you say, it's what you do. So that's another
So I thought
topic.
love was an action word, though. Just
Love is an action, but it ain't what you say, it's what you do. So you're right, it is an action.
You got to show me you love me, just don't tell me.
Right, but forget love, because I'd rather have your effort.
Mm-hmm.
The effort will show the love.
Mm-hmm.
The effort, right?
Okay.
The time and the attention. That's it.
But you're negating the fact that you just told me that a man can love two women at the same time.
He can't, because it's just the human nature of beasts.
But
right?
if he really loved both of the women, then what?
He has to choose. He has to choose.
He has to choose.
So you can love 5 women. You can love your baby mama. You can love your high school crush. You gotta pick, B. See, being in love is not the problem. Sharing everybody is the problem. You understand? You can love. You gotta pick. You can love all 5 of them, right?
But I thought y'all didn't love these hoes.
Y'all see what I deal with? Right. I.e. example. But as I was saying, man, loving ain't is fine. You can love everybody, but pick. You can love your high school sweetheart, your co-worker, all that, but I love all y'all. But
your co-worker, where co-worker come from?
But you know, you be at work. You work at the job for a long time. You start getting feelings. Maybe somebody attractive.
The office relationships that go on. Let's not even talk about work. Don't even piss me off.
Okay. But that's my spiel on men loving whatever.
Women.
You can love. The answer is you can love everybody, but pick one.
Okay.
And love everybody else from a distance.
Love everyone else from a distance.
All other ones from a distance. You understand?
No, cut them off.
Yeah, cut them off. Yeah, and love them from a distance. Love them from a distance.
Okay.
Yeah, I love you, but stay over there.
Okay. All right. Raising kids.
Raising kids.
He gets on me because he feels like I don't expose Zion to riding the trains and the buses. I never did that. So I can't teach you something that I never did. And that's what he doesn't understand. We got a car, and growing up in Indiana, you get a car at 16. So me coming to Chicago, end of my junior year, I had a car. So I drove downtown every day to school. And me getting on a train or something, that just wasn't my thing. But he feels like I am sheltering my kids because they don't ride the train. But I'm like, everybody doesn't do that. And now we got the car sharing thing, Uber, this, that, and the third. But he feels like she just missed out on something. And he's like, she wants to go to this university Pace University in New York. She was just accepted. And He was like, oh no, she's not going to make it because she don't know how to take the train. Now, whenever everybody knows and knows me, know I love New York. I go to New York 4 or 5 times a year. I don't get on the train in Chicago, but in New York, I jump on that train without a problem. I've been to all the boroughs in New York on the train. And I feel like Zion will adapt to that as well.
It's not about the train. It's about the reality in this cold world. And even though my daughter is a female, she has to realize that everything ain't gonna be a comfortable, warm car. She has to feel the coldness of the world to have her prepared.
But I think she's gonna figure it out.
I just didn't want her to figure it out at such a age to where it can shock her system.
But it's not because she went to school in Inglewood in a fucking hood.
Okay,
so
good, right.
She know the hood. Then she ended up going to high school on the north side. So she got that experience being around all those.
Yeah, but I still want her to stand. It's crazy y'all gonna think I am, but it's my child. So I still want her to stand on that bus stop and understand, hear those the sounds and the noise of the environment, to know how to protect yourself, to know how to be safe, to feel the environment around her and not always be sheltered in a bubble, because that's a false sense of reality, because it's not going to be that. You get what I'm saying?
But that's how I grew up.
Right, but see, it's not you. You know, and I grew up eating mustard sandwiches. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? I grew up eating cereal for them.
But you gotta understand that
so,
that's just.
I wanted her to be able to maneuver on her own, and not be scared, and not be and sometimes you got to kick them out the nest. It's hard as it sounds to do that to a young woman. I had to prepare her for what's going to happen when she get outside. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no car with the heat on and you can just stare at your phone all day. You gotta put your phone up. You gotta know you can get mugged. You gotta be watching out for that. You gotta be watching out for the creeps, the perverts, the robbers, and everybody else. You get what I'm saying? You gotta stay alert so you don't miss your stop. You gotta stay alert so you know where you're going. I want her to be aware, and to be aware is to be alive. So you would look at me like, yo, nah, I don't want her. I want her safe. But I would rather her go out and something happen so she can get that tough skin. She gotta have that tough skin.
So if we had a lot of money, rich, you wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Yes, I would. Because I don't believe in spoiling kids. I don't.
Why?
I don't, because not to the point where, okay, eat dirt. No. To the point to where they got to learn how to get it. The spoiled kids end up being the worst kids.
I was spoiled.
The spoiled kids end up being the worst kids.
But I was spoiled.
They end up being the worst kids. They end up stuck. They end up sheltered. They end up moving out when they're 90. They end up entitled.
But listen, speaking of that, why do we push our kids out when we don't even prepare them to be pushed out?
Because life is going to prepare them.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's what we disagree.
But see,
my mother kicking me out at 16 was the best thing she ever did for me.
The best thing she ever did for you, but guess what? If we look at our black families and we look at white families, when white families, everybody stay there, even coming home from college and stuff, they allow them to build up their savings account before they put them out the crib. So when they get out there, yes, they do.
I hate you. I don't agree.
They do.
I hate you.
I do, because what we do, we send our kids away to school. We have them incur all this fucking debt that they cannot afford. We tell them go to college, because everybody from back then said go to college. But no one said, but you ain't guaranteed a job when you get out. Now you got $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 worth of college debt that's due 6 months after you graduate, and you ain't even got a job. Or you working at, people that went to college got motherfucking PhDs and stuff, and They're not even making enough money to pay their student loans back. So you have them come back home, tell them, oh, you grown now, you better get you an apartment and stuff. Now you got them struggling. You put them behind the 8 ball.
Well, I don't do it to
but we have to start thinking differently.
Yeah, well,
when it comes to the
we saying two different things. I'm getting them ready to not be a sucker and not be a victim.
But they can still be. You can get them
but
ready while they're in the household.
You're saying more financially stable and knowing how to.
So they won't have to ever come back home whenever they do leave that motherfucker.
But I don't want a scary punk as a child.
But just because somebody's staying at home don't mean now. Who would have ever thought that Kenny went away to college and down there fighting?
But Kenny,
come on.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Kenny wouldn't have had to call you if I was his daddy because he would have knocked
everybody out.
He didn't call me. He would have knocked everybody out. He did. Right or wrong though. Right or wrong though. If I would have raised Kenny, her oldest son, who's 22, Kenny would have handled that. Kenny would have handled that.
You know why he came home? Because he hit the nigga in the mouth and cut it, had to get a tetanus shot. So
okay, my bad, Kenny. Good.
But this the thing. But you gotta realize.
So that's what I'm. You just give me a stamp of approval. What I said that I don't want no scary punk out there that's gonna.
But just because they're in the house don't mean everybody know how I am. You know, I'm the rah-rah. I'm the loudest person in my house. I'm the rah-rah. What's up? You always telling me calm down. I'm that person. Do you think that my kids growing up around me does not get a piece of me? They don't listen to me. They don't, and not only that, even I have a lot of strong black men in my life that genuinely love me, that are around my kids, and they listen to them. You know, they've been out of jail, they toting guns, they do all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They are around different things. It's not just, oh, they're in the house just because I don't put them on a bus and this, that, and the third. They are being exposed to all types of stuff.
Okay, then we saying the same thing. I just
don't feel like you gotta throw them out.
Because that's, you know,
until they're ready to go.
I'm just not.
You don't want them to come back.
I feel you. Right. I feel you. But I'm just not soft. And I just think that
but they don't have
I want to give them. See, what happens is this. What I'm saying is this, and people that are nice enough to listen to this, feel me. When they get out there, ain't nothing gonna be soft for them. No. No matter how much you feed them and how much they done took showers and had soap and then had to wash up with dishwashing liquid and then had to go to bed with a pack of oodles and noodles. You and his in their stomach. No matter how they didn't do that, when you babied them and you rubbed them down with cocoa butter every day and gave them almond milk, right? And they ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yep. When they get outside,
it's not gonna be the same.
It's not gonna be. They better be ready when they get outside, because it's gonna be the perverts, the stick-up man, the con man, the dude who just want to hit. You understand? They gotta be ready. Yeah. They got. And I've talked to Zion about everything, about being intimate, about guns, and not to be scared if she ever see one, if a dude ever pull one out. I don't know if she ever told you that. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I'll tell her the hard truth. And I want to scare her. I want to say it where it shocks her so she can feel the sting of it. Because going outside, especially in New York, it's going to happen. And I don't want her to be no victim, no naive, no punk, no gullible, no pushover. So I want her to say, my daddy told me this day was going to come. My daddy told me it was going to be cold. I ain't even got no money for no Uber today. I got to get on a bus. Forget the train, on the bus. All right? And so I just want her to be sharp.
Okay. That's cool. But she still got a G for a mama. So sometimes it just be in you. It don't just be on you, it be in you.
I heard that.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Is it in you?
It's in me.
Is it in you?
So, if you're around me and you raised with me,
it's in your DNA.
It's in your DNA.
And she's my daughter, so.
Oh. y'all favor.
Play if you want to. Play if you want to.
Whatever. Anywho, anything else, sir?
I don't know. I think this was good. I think we gonna cover some more topics next time because we touched on a few things that we didn't get into. What are we talking about? Once we rewind the tape, you'll see. Because I said we'll say that for another show. I think I may have said that twice.
Okay.
But I think we touched on love and relationships and co-parenting, crazy exes, and kicking kids out, good or bad. Yeah.
We shouldn't. Blacks, we shouldn't. We need to stick together as more of a family unit.
Well, okay, let me explain something. I was in the Marine Corps, right? And so, I'm going to tell you why the Marine Corps is a different branch of service than the Army, the Navy, or the Air Force. When you go through, first of all, it's the longest boot camp. It's 3-month boot camp. It's not 60 days, it's not 30 days, it's not a weekend. There's no TV, there's no newspaper, there's none of that. It's real, okay? So, you go through 3 months of boot camp, which is hell, okay? Then, you think you're done. You think you're done. You're like, okay, I'm ready to be a Marine. Ready to be a Marine. Okay, then they tell you, hold on. You ain't done yet. We got 28 days of this thing called MCT. And you're like, huh? They're like, yeah, 28 days. And then what's that? It's called Marine Corps training. And for those 28 days, you live outside. Mm-hmm. And for those 28 days, you dig a foxhole and you sleep in it. Mm-hmm. Then you wake up and you fill it back in because that night you're going to dig it up again. They're getting you ready for the war. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's not comfortable like and if you in the Navy or you in the Army or the Air Force, I'm not dissing you. I'm just talking about the Marine Corps. In the Marine Corps. So, you go through that 3 months, and you think that 3 months was hard. You think, oh man, we had to wake up at 5:30, run 6 miles, and do all this and all that, boom, boom. But then that 28 days of MCT trains you for the war, because there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Mm-hmm. It's training you to be outside with no coat on, to sleep outside in all the elements, whether it's hot or cold, to get you physically fit. It's not because they want to kill us or they want to be soft on us and say it's been 90 days, go home now with your cool uniform, right? No, they saying this 28 days is finna show you what it's finna be like if it ever comes to that. And that's all I was saying about my daughter. I just want to give her that 28 days in MCT. Okay. So she'll understand, like, damn, it's real, but I'm prepared, I ain't scared. Mm-hmm. I knew this was coming. I trained. Mm-hmm. I trained for this. I'm walking up and down 79th. I had to go to the store. Is a nigga gonna rob me? Am I gonna fight? Am I gonna run? Am I gonna give up my money? You know, am I gonna run? What am I gonna do? I want her to go through that. Give a $50 bill and have how she gonna act knowing she got money in her pocket. Is she gonna be scared and people gonna say she got money, or is she gonna be like so smooth that she don't know if she got $5 or $100? You know,
no child so arrogant.
But I'm saying, so that's my train of thought. It's not. I don't mean it as a hurt. I mean it as a train.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you.
Thank y'all.
So silly. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Really.
Oh.
I need to get you come and have you do some spray paint. Okay. Well, maybe later when I'm home. Not on this one. I really don't care because this hasn't had paint.
Let me know.
But yeah, maybe I do need to do it. But he is dope. Follow him on
Instagram, The Fly Boy DJ Word. THEFLY BOY DJ WORD.
And he DJs, of course.
Yeah, so
and go ahead, tell him about what you do.
Book me.
What you do? What else you do?
DJ, I paint.
Graffiti artist.
Graffiti.
He a break dancer.
I'm too fat. But yeah, so
if
y'all need a DJ, please hit me up. I do weddings and everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Steppers parties. I turn up for the shorties. I'm lit. Strippers. Scrippers.
Huh? You stripping?
No, I DJ for the strippers. I don't.
Do you? Did you used to be at the Taste?
Did you just call me a stripper?
I thought you said you was a stripper. I thought you were saying you was
I
a
do this
stripper.
underground because of Corona. I do a lot of underground stripper parties.
Oh, I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah, it's like Prohibition all over again.
Oh my God, we too close. Prohibition?
An hour later, we're too close. Remember how Prohibition all the parties was underground with the bars?
I didn't know you was
and the
doing
speak-
stripper stuff. It's a whole new underworld in Chicago.
Strippers don't want to get money.
Any of them get the virus yet? The Rona?
Nobody.
You think it's made up?
No, I just think that our immune
Only certain
system is
people.
strong. If your immune system's strong, if you've been getting drunk every day, and all these people let's drink Don Julio and 1492 and Henny, man, y'all good. Y'all good.
Would you date a woman that drink Hennessy?
Everybody drink Hennessy.
No, I don't.
Hennessy not that strong to me. It's the
It smell like you put hair on your chest.
it's the tequila that's too strong for
But
me.
you don't even
Like
drink.
Tanqueray. I'm a social drinker now. Yeah, I done had a little, but I'm the. Give me a Henny with some cranberry juice in the guy. I'm that guy and some ice.
No,
Splash of lemonade on top of that.
Oh, you got a whole drink.
And I'm gonna sip it all night like this. That's me. I'm that. I'm a casual drinker, but other than that, I'm not drinking. I'm not a drinker. It gives me a headache.
So to close out, if a guy came up to you and was like, "Tell me about what's up with Tanya? What's up? Tell me a little bit about her. What you think? Should I holler at her? What would you say?"
I said, you gotta check her jail record. She just came home. She like to punch niggas. You gotta have some money.
Why you gotta have some money?
And she gonna steal your car like this.
Why you do have to have some money because I don't want you to ask for no money.
She ain't a gold digger.
I ain't no gold
But she ain't messing
digger.
with no bro.
Nah, baby.
No, she's remarkable and she's dope.
Ah, I ain't got no money to give you for saying that. None. But thank you for tuning in. Until next time.
Peace, love, and